Hey everybody, Comics for Thomas here. I'm going to do a pretty large haul video, which is mostly what you see on this channel, unless it's unboxings of graded books, which is not this time. Anyways, I've got a good stack of comics here. It is busy on my street tonight, so you might see a lot of lights coming out of that window, so I do apologize. I've organized these when I brought them out here for the most part. What I'm going to do is I'm going to start with some Marvel, mostly like modern variants and stuff like that, and then move on to a couple DC books, which is, I don't collect a lot of DC, and then some indie titles, and then some very cool Marvel, like sub 100, couple, Fantastic Four and stuff like that at the end. So if you stick around long enough, you will see those, or you can just fast forward the video. It don't matter. So I'm going to get into this right away. So this is Infamous, I can't even speak, Iron Man number 7. I'm putting together that volume, which I've had to slow down because it's kind of hot right now. I'm not paying more than I need to. This is Angela, Asgard's Assassin, number 1. This is Stephanie Hans. I don't know if it's better over here, maybe. Putting together both these volumes as this is number 1 for that volume, and Angela, Queen of Hell, number 1, also Stephanie Hans. I remember seeing these and really liking the art on them and not knowing who Stephanie Hans was at the time, and then deciding to eventually start picking them up. And like, oh man, of course, I started to really, really love her art. So some of these books actually are, I showed them in a live chat with Ryan Magic Lasso just a few days ago. We did an AOK, and I showed probably 7 or 8, but I'm going to show it on my channel as well. So I'm not a Venom guy. But this Avengers 687, I love it for the skull. Great skull cover. And same here with Venom number 5, Venom First Host. Look at that skull cover. That's awesome. Yes. A little J. Scott Campbell, Demon Days Mariko, number 1. Beauty. Great bag as well, so it's like, just looks fantastic. This is War of the Realms, number 1 variant, and this is Adi Granov. That's fantastic. This is from the Walmart packs. This is a 1 in 50. This is the Union. I can't remember who is the actual artist, but that was pretty cool. Union Jack. And also at a Walmart pack, this is Black Knight. It's a variant. I can't remember what the variant is called. Ryan and I were talking about it the other night, and I told him what it was, and he said, yeah, like they're those, whatever variants, and I just don't remember. But that's a very cool cover. So I'm interested to see how he's involved in Eternals when I see it this weekend. So, though I'm sure it's just an introduction. I don't know if he'll really be part of it. So loving these Care Andrews covers for Amazing Fantasy. This is issue number 2. I didn't get any of these in my poll. Well, I guess I did now. I'm getting the last 2 because it's a 5-issue set. I looked on CLZ at the variants, and I'm actually liking the A covers more than anything. It's very like I don't know, like Frazetta-esque, I guess you could call it, like magazine style, like eerie, and can't remember the other thing I'm thinking of. And this is a homage actually to Frazetta. This is issue number 4, so hopefully you guys can see that pretty clear. It's kind of blurry on my laptop screen, but I'm sure it's good. Got this for $1. This is Groot number 4. This is first cameo Baby Groot. It's actually like anywhere between a $10 and $15 book, Canadian. So hell yeah. This is Vision number 9. Pretty happy to get this because I only need 2 issues for the A covers. I'm just slowly putting them together. I mean, I could get the A covers on eBay, no problem. I just don't want to overpay. These books will eventually come my way. And there's no real super keys. I mean, the number 1 is the highest issue. The variants are awesome, though. I showed these on our live stream the other day. This is Infinity, the Jonathan Hickman one. There's a six issue series, and I love it. Great read, great variants, great art inside, and this is Jerome Pena design variant, and these are awesome. Again, an artist I didn't really know at the time, but saw these variants and I was like, oh, that's cool. Not, knew nothing about Jerome Pena, and then he ended up doing Seven to Eternity, which I love. So it again makes sense. Like you once you realize like, oh, that was the artist on a book that I wanted to get like 4 years ago. Like that's why I liked him. That was issue number 3. This is number 4. Again, design variant. It's in black order. They're just so good. This is another variant of issue number 3, and this is the Lego variant. Little homage. It's very cool. My presser had these, the 4 of these actually, because this is issue number 1. This is a Deadpool variant. It's got a cat on it, so I'm cool with that. It's a thick book too, and it's a 1 per store. My presser writes on the back of them when he sends them to me, because I've been selling comics for him in Facebook auctions, and he didn't realize because he's letting me pick out some that I want or whatever, and he writes everything on it, which is pretty awesome. So, and it's actually a pretty expensive book too, so that's cool, and they're all in really great condition. We have Age of Ultron. This is issue 10 point, or what is it? Yeah, it's like 10 point something, like 10.1 or something like that. So I have all the A covers, and I got them like a while ago. And every so often, if I see a variant, I'll pick it up. So that's pretty cool. It's like a 10.2 or something like that. And then this is issue number 1, but this is Scotty Young variant, because my presser again dropped off a shit ton of Scotty variant issues to sell, so I just grabbed this one because I don't know, like with limited issue runs, like 10 issues, it's easy to just kind of want to put together the variants if you get them, and if you get them for cheap. So the next 3 are part of my Black Panther run. This is for volume 4, I think it is. This is issue 27. That's a homage as well, I believe, of Fantastic Four number 2. If that's correct, I'll be pretty happy with myself. This is issue number 31. It's a great Storm cover. And number 40. So I'm just slowly putting together this run. Obviously, there's a big key at the first with Shuri, but I don't have it yet. And this beauty cover of Silver Surfer, volume 3, number 34. Awesome. I've been trying to get this one for a bit, like not too expensive, and like keeping my eye out in Facebook auctions and stuff like that. And it's just I'm not overpaying for books. You barely will ever overpay for comics. So you just wait, unless they're like old keys, I guess, because they might not come around as much. My presser also had this set that I've been trying to put together. I had issue 1. And he was like, because I sent him a list of books that I'm kind of looking for as well. He's like, oh yeah, I have that whole set, and I can sell it to you for cheap. I was like, yeah, fantastic. So I sold number 1 in a Facebook auction because I already knew I was getting this, so that kind of helped it. So this is very quickly 300, Frank Miller. Number 1 should be in order. The numbers are on the back. Number 2, love that. Number 3. Kind of weird cover, but I mean, if you know the movie or the books, you'll get it. Here's number 4. Cool battle scene, and love this cover. And the helmet. Oh yeah, fantastic. So, there's a coffee table book as well. Basically, like it's a not an omnibus. It's I guess a trade, but it's like it's longer. It's really cool. I do want to get one at some point. So. A couple DC. So this is Sensational Wonder Woman number 5. I can't remember who the variant is, but this is a fantastic cover. I don't know if you can see the helmets right there, but it just shows like the World War I soldiers, and they're about to go over the mound. Just beautiful. I checked with Ryan to see if he had it first, and he said he did, so it's great. This literally, I got this week. I'm very interested to read this. This is Dark Knights of Steel, issue number 1. It's basically DC meets Game of Thrones, from what I have read up on. So I'm going to read this one probably this week to basically confirm whether I want to just add it to my pull list and get all 12 issues of the limited series. So, and then a drink. I've got a heat lamp on, so it's drying me out because it's cold. This is week 11 for 52 for DC. So that's cool. I think this is of course it's not written on the back because I didn't buy it from him. Is her name Kate Kane? I don't know. I just love the red and the black. There are a couple of issues in this run. I think week 12 is the big key right now because it's got Black Adam on the front. And what did Ryan say her name was? Iris or Isis or something like that. So I definitely want to get that one. I just don't want to get it now because I think it's got some price. So basically, when I'm saying I've found in dollar bins, there's a shop that's about an hour away from me in Fredericton, New Brunswick, and they always have a dollar bin. And I love to just scurry through that. I'll get some books that I can kind of resell that I know have a little bit of value. That Groot, obviously, Holy Frig. And then they'll just have, you know, indie titles, whatever I can get my hands on. So, and some of them are not in great condition, but these were $1. This is a 4-run series. I had 3 issues of it. This is Imperial. I don't know a lot about it. I think the covers are pretty neat. The numbers are on the back, so these are probably out of order. But I believe when I checked, it was issues 1, 2, and 3. So I will read them. They have the tiniest of spine rolls. This isn't like some type of spec book. I'll read them, and if they're good, I'll find issue 4 and then have it because it's Image. I love indie titles. Just watch any of my videos, and you will know. This is cool. This is issue 6 of 7. It's called Klaus. Obviously, there's a Santa Claus thing going on here, but it's like pretty awesome. I recognize Grant Morrison's name. I don't know if I've read any Grant Morrison. I feel like Grant Morrison is very DC heavy, and I could be wrong because this is not DC. This is Boom Studios. I feel like when I hear Grant Morrison, someone is always talking about maybe Green Lantern. I don't know. Could be wrong. 7 to Eternity, number 8. This is a variant. I'm putting together every single issue, including the variants, because they're basically just A's and B's, and then maybe a 4 or 5 issue 1 variants. Same as Low. This is issue number 12. Don't know if it's an A or B cover. Well, I do. I just don't know off the top of my head. And number 13, which I believe is a B cover, just because it does look a little different. Like the art is so nice on these. This is Greg Zucchini, and then obviously Rick Remender does the writing on it. And Remender did the 7 to Eternity, so you can kind of tell the difference. I don't know. It's hard to say. Magic Order. This is issue number 3, and I believe this is a variant. This is a very cool story. It's a 6-issue run. I'm collecting I have all the A covers. I've got number 1 in a CGC 9.8. This is a beautiful cover, cool story. And I go into my LCS yesterday to pick up anything that was in my pull, and I'm looking on the shelf, and I'm like, what the hell is this? And apparently, there's a volume 2 that was coming out, and I had no idea. It's Mark Millar. So I grabbed it. And the art is definitely not as good. I haven't looked inside yet. This is Stuart Immonen, and I'll have to see what he does. If I wasn't collecting the first volume and read the first volume, I don't know if I would have picked this up right away. I probably would have tried to hear if volume 2 is any good because of the art, because I do judge a lot of books by the covers. I think a lot of people do, but because number 1 was so good, volume 1, I assume this is the same family. Maybe it's a completely different story. We'll find out. I did add it to my poll, just in case, though. This is Lady Mechanica number 6, Tablets of Destinies. Anything Lady Mechanica I'm grabbing. I actually have a Kickstarter comic that's being mailed to Magic Lasso because he is in the U.S. and it was free shipping in the U.S. and then he'll eventually send it to me with other books. So I'm super excited about that. I'm also putting together Descender. This is issue number 22. Very cool cover. Very minimal. I love minimal. Thick. This is a thick book. This is Whalesville. Rocks and Minerals. I just think it's a cool cover. I'm interested to read that. I'm more apt to read indie titles as well than like full Marvel runs. This is Lola XOXO. I believe this is volume 3 and it's issue 3. I've got a couple issues of that. Some Michael Turner's Soulfire number 1. That's beautiful. The colors are just fantastic. And then Michael Turner's Soulfire issue number 5. Those are they're different volumes though. One is like volume 2 or 3, and then one's like volume 8, I think, or 5. Super helpful if you're trying to find out what volumes they are. These are in order. Excellent. This is Heathen number 2. Great read. Great art inside. Very minimalist, I guess. But fantastic. And then number 3, but this is a variant. And hopefully they do more with this because they definitely left it off so that they could do more. I just don't know what's going on with this. There is, I need to tape that, but there's some speculation going with this. I think they're making it into a movie or a show. This is The Unsound. This is issue number 1, so I figured I'd grab that. It was nothing, I didn't get it in my poll or anything about it off a Facebook auction. And, but when I was at that shop recently, I saw issue number 5, which, if you follow me on Instagram, you've seen this. This thing is awesome. Look at that. Let me get it from this side. Oof. I friggin' love that. Trying to get you the best. Yep. I saw that. I was like, yep, thank you. Some Gun Honey, issue number 1. I actually would like to get the Virgin variants of this. There is an all-white one, and then there is a gray one. And then some Gun Honey, issue number 2. This is the A cover, and it is a Hot Girl cover as well. And there's a cat in there, if you've noticed, which you probably haven't. All right, we're doing good. Flying through this. All right. Some Grimm Fairy Tales. I'm a fan of Grimm Fairy Tales, but I wouldn't want to collect the entire thing. One, there's a lot of issues to collect, and some of the art is not that great. Some of it is really good though. So this is Grimm Fairy Tales Realm War Age of Darkness, issue number 1 of 12. This is J. Scott Campbell, and this is the A cover. This is the main run, issue number 41. I believe this is a B cover. These are just Hot Girl covers. They're awesome. I like them. Robin Hood Justice number 1. This is the D cover. Robin Hood Justice number 1, the C cover. Van Helsing versus League of Monsters, C cover. It's a nice one. This is issue 87 of the main run of Grimm Fairy Tales. So I guess these are out of order a little bit. I apologize. This is cover A. We'll call it the Hot Buns cover. And Van Helsing League of Monsters, issue number 5, C cover. And last one for this is the A cover for issue 90. I think like there's a lot of really cool variants that are just super hard to find, and they're kind of limited. So I just kind of grab which ones I like when I can. It's not something I'm ever really gonna fight hard to get them. So, all right, where are we at? We're 19 minutes. Okay. If you've stuck around, I appreciate it. we don't have many left, and these are some awesome Marvel books. So, um, I guess my last video was a live video. So the one before that, I did a couple haul videos, and I was talking about the fact that I had won like 25 Spider-Man comics, and they were between issues number 150 and like 175 or something like that. And I won them for $4 out of a raffle or a slide or whatever. And then the same guy put up a bunch more into another one, and I just kind of grabbed spots for support because I'm not a Spider-Man fan or a collector. It's not that I'm not a fan. I guess I'm not a collector, but and then I won that one for $4 as well, and it's like basically like the 180s to like into the 200s. There's a couple big keys that obviously weren't in there, but I only kept one issue from the original one that I won, number 150, and sold the rest in auctions, which has helped me buy some of the comics that you've just seen, which is great. And then I recently got the other ones, which I'm not going to show them all because I've already started selling some of them off, but I'm keeping issue number 198 because I'm a big Mysterio on cover fan. So seems to be my guy for Spider-Man's Rogue Gallery. I don't like word bubbles on comics, but for that era, that doesn't bother me. If this was a modern book, then I would be like, no, I wouldn't keep it. So that's a cool one. I gave a couple to Magic Lasso actually for both stints, and they were good ones too. It had some Black Cat on it and stuff. Got this for my buddy lives here in St. John. He does auctions as well, and he's been selling for a friend too, which is kind of funny because we've both been doing the same thing. This is Double Dinosaur number 1. So that's cool. It's in really nice condition. I'll get it slabbed, pressed and slabbed. This is kind of funny because I recognized it right away, and I knew it was in shit condition. But it was in the dollar bin at that shop. So this is Marvel Tales, starring Peter Porker and Spectacular Spider-Man. This is the first. Actually, a bunch of them, but this guy right here. So, and yeah, I'm not even gonna take it to the bag, but I mean, you can see at the top here. It's just, I mean, it was $1, so that's kind of funny. Some Silver Surfer Annual number 2. I seem to be picking up the annuals. I've been on the Thor annuals lately, and then all of a sudden now I have 3 or 4 Silver Surfer annuals. So I don't even understand. Like, you're just like, oh, maybe I'll grab one. And then all of a sudden I'm like, okay, well, I guess I'm grabbing them all. Or, whatever ones I can get my hands on. This is not a high grade. This is probably like a mid grade. But I got this for like $4 or $5 right before it got hot again. So this is Fantastic Four, 244. First, Frankie Ray as Nova. I don't like saying Nova if it's not my Richard Rutter, but I get it. So, and it's just an awesome cover. And that was the thing. Like, I never went after it because of her appearance. It was just because it's a great. I love purple in comics, and obviously you're going purple and then into a little pink. It's just everything works really well in that book. So, okay, really fun ones now. Happy to have these in my collection. Have gotten these through auctions, through the Coins Collectible shop that I live nearby. Yeah, Fantastic Four 72. Great cover, some Watcher action in the background, and issue number 74. Take my time with these ones because they're just great to look at. They all need presses. That's why I'll get them. Get them just, loaded mid-grade. Some Avengers 29. I'm slowly chipping away at sub 100 Avengers and doing a pretty good job at it for a very limited time that I've been actually like looking for them. So that's very cool. And I've been slowly putting together low-grade to mid-grade Silver Surfer Volume 1. I was saying to Ryan the other day, I said, we'll see what a press does this. I may have to upgrade, and I don't even know because I'm not looking to upgrade Silver Surfer 1 volume. This is issue number 2. I just need them to present well. I know there's some stuff going on here. The spine, looks like there's a spine split. I'm not worried about the grade. Like when I do get them graded, like I have a Silver Surfer number 1 right at 1.8. And it's got a little hole here, but it presents super well for 1.8. And I think this should. I want to get, there's some stuff going on here and right here that I think a press can help, and then that will be the judgment for me. But I got this for really, really cheap because of the condition, so happy with that. This thing looks fantastic. Besides right here, this is number 15. Besides that, this book looks awesome. And right here, that's just a sticker that was peeled off, but it's on the cover. Like, whew, fantastic. 2 books left. This one I got for super cheap because it's not high grade. That comic shop that I went to in Fredericton, this is the reason why I went there. They own a shop in another city, and then this is one of their sister shops. But they posted online this comic for really cheap, and they personally graded it low, and that's why they're selling it cheap. So I messaged them and said, hey, can you send it to this one? Because I don't want to drive 3 hours to get this book. I want to drive an hour or 45 minutes or whatever. So this is Marvel Premier 47 for Scott Lang as Ant-Man. And it presents well. They think it's around a 3.0. I would say they're pretty bang on, and or maybe a 3.5 with a press. But I think it's going to present really, really well. The cover looks great. And there are things that will really, really come out in a press. It's just a little dirty too. I don't know if my presser can handle that portion of it or not, but we shall see. And last book, Strange Tales, number 158. Doctor Strange, Nick Fury, Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D., The Sands of Death. And this book recently got hot as well. This is the first Living Tribunal. Great cover, cool first appearance, and I just literally love the I'm having a brain fart. Anyways, so that's it. Hourglass. Wow, that's stupid. So that is it for the haul. 27 minutes, a little longer than I expected, but I didn't want to break this one up into 2. I did last time just because there were so many Spider-Man books. I will get this posted probably tonight or tomorrow. Thank you, everybody who watches my videos. Basically just do hauls just so you can see what I'm collecting. I can remind myself what I'm collecting, see how my collecting changes. If you don't know who Magic Lasso is, please sub him up. He's going to have way better content than what you're going to see here, and I've mentioned his name like 5 times. We just went live the other day. We try to go live whenever we're doing AOKs or any like proper unboxings, and him, myself, and Cookie from Just a Little Podcast do a show called Cover By, which was Ryan's idea. It's fantastic. An episode just came out yesterday where we all look at the same A and B covers of specific covers, and we kind of give our thoughts on them and then vote which one we would which is the better basically, and then we say goodbye to the other one. So it's pretty neat. Check it out. Thank you so much.